you a little simple grading exercise. I'm assuming most of you know how to do your alignments, how to do your profiles, how to create the pipe network. But what about a custom head wall? You know, lots of times in your pipe network, you just can't find one that works. The PM wants a specific type. Well, I have a specific type of head wall. You can see it here. He had specific lengths on the walls and the elevations. He wanted all of these wing walls to be sloped. All I did was create a feature line, and you could use a 3D polyline, by the way, too, on this. A feature line that represents the top of the wall. So let's edit. Let's look at the elevation editor on this. And you can see you'll have to just follow my grips. And I have this large enough you can see this. 103 at the bottom, and then it climbs up to a 105, and then it goes back down to 103, right on around the whole top of this wall. And then I have one more feature line or polyline that represents the base of that wall, right? And so this elevation I've assigned to this polyline at a 99.25, which puts it, I believe, like 8 inches below the invert of the pipe. So I want to be able to have a layer of riprap in here. So that's where the top of the footing would be. As far as the footing, I have 2 polylines created. One would be the elevation of 99.25, but you can see it here. And then I wanted the footing depth to be 1 foot. So this should be 99 or 98.25. That's correct. What I've already done, that I did it in advance, so I don't want to tie you up too long, is I already created a couple of surfaces here that one for the, well, this is design topo, and then I've got the footing, and then I've got the head wall, and I've got these all different, and I've gone ahead and built one in that would be the top of the riprap. So I've got top of riprap, I've got the head wall, and then I've got the footing as well. So let's look at this now. So I've got the surfaces turned off in plan view. I really don't need to see the surfaces here, but the magic comes into the profile. So I ran an alignment through that pipe, and right now there's no structure associated with this. So you can always associate a structure. I believe it's a null structure that you can position here to give you your station and elevation of your pipe. That's fine, but this is the actual profile of what the structure would look like. So I went ahead and created these surfaces, and I've unchecked the definition of those surfaces, but watch what happens in my profiles now as I go back and redefine mine. So number 1 is the head wall. Let's go ahead and look at the head wall. So I'm going to go to the definition of that. And now I'm just going to, I've already, like I say, added these two feature lines and the boundary. I use the outer boundary, the bottom of the wall, as the boundary. So I'm going to bring those back in now. Apply this. Now you can see my wall is in here at the elevation of 105 that I assigned that feature line, and the bottom of the wall is 99.25. But now I want to see my footing in there. So let's go ahead and do the same. Let's go ahead and turn back on the definitions of that surface that I created out of those 2 polylines. And I'll just check these. And this is, I'm telling you, this is a bug in Civil 3D this year, and it just drives me crazy. But well, let's go with it. When I apply it, if you don't go fast and get up there and hit that, it locks up on you, and you just have to get back out of that command. But it's no big deal. Now we have the top of the footing, and now all we need to do is maybe you see the top of the riprap right here. So let's go ahead and bring that in. So I will go in here and turn back on the definitions of my riprap. And that right there is represents the top of the riprap elevation right here. And you know, once you're all done, I mean, you can create a nice rectangle around these if you wanted to really see the whole object. Or I've done it in the past, it gets a little more advanced, but if you wanted to create solids out of these and then extract those and bring them over into your profile, you're welcome to do that. But I just wanted to show you this because it's pretty powerful. Because if this head wall, let's say if this pipe moves forward or backwards, or wherever they want to move it to, you just move the polylines. I've got that surface turned on so you can see it, but you could just simply move the polylines. Make this a no display for you. Apply this. Say okay to that. Yeah, and that's all there is to it. So anyway, I hope this helped you. And like I say, if anything changes, you just move those polylines over with the pipe. There's a little bit of trick to it because you don't want to change the elevations of those objects. You don't want to snap it to something that would change all the elevations when you move them over. But you can move those with over to where the end of the pipe would be. I hope this helped you, and happy Civil 3D CADing.